On this day, the 6th of February, 1952, King George VI passed on, and he had been the king of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland for some time. He was actually tagged shy and reluctant, but then he led the empire, the greatest empire the world had ever seen, through the entirety of the greatest war that mankind had ever seen, the Second World War. And so, after a time of sickness, he passed on, and his first daughter, Princess Elizabeth, became Elizabeth II of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, and of the dominions beyond the seas, and of our other realms and territories beyond the seas. And Elizabeth wouldn't have been monarch were it not for the fact that her uncle, Edward VIII, abdicated the throne. And this happened as a fulfillment of the desire and the prophecy of King George V. King George V had said, "I pray God that Edward would not marry and that nothing would separate the throne from Bertie and Lilibeth," referring to, Albert, who would become George VI, and Lilibeth, who would become Elizabeth II. So, yeah, King George V's desire was fulfilled, and so Lilibeth became queen, after Bertie, which was George VI, passed on. And Queen Elizabeth would go on to become the longest reigning monarch in the history of the United Kingdom, and the second longest reigning monarch of, any nation. Okay, so as an Anglophile, I'm not just an Anglophile, I'm also a Nigerian, so I added pictures of Queen Elizabeth's visit to Nigeria back in 1956, and also her later visit, post-independence, after Nigeria's independence. So, I would like to actually do more of these. Can you just show me some support by liking, commenting, and subscribing? Yeah. So there's a whole lot. When the Queen passed on back then in 2022, I made a write-up. I think I'll drop that write-up in the comments. Yeah. So if you want more of these, we'll always get this done. We'll always do more of it. See you later. Catch you later. Catch you on the next one.